Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show.
Welcome to Nigeria, the land of the people. Visit Nigeria, see for yourself the wonders of life, rich and simple, valued and free. Welcome to Nigeria.
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 Nigeria is your home,
where life means so much.
You may live in the America.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Europe or Asia.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Far Eastern Africa.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home,
the secret of Africa.
Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show.
Visit Nigeria, see for yourself the wonders of life, rich and simple.
Keep it real with Welcome to Nigeria TV Talk Show.
Valued and free. Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigerians living abroad, don't forget home. There is no place better than home.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Hi, my name is Julius, the Genius Zago. Oh, we're in Nigeria, so welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home,
where life means so much.
Watch this program, don't change anything. Don't do. You're welcome.
This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. It is an interesting episode this week on Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. We have with us today distinguished Senator Barnabas Gemade. He is the senator representing Benue Northeast Senatorial District here at the National Assembly in Nigeria. This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. Senator Barnabas Gemade, also the Chairman Senate Committee on National Planning and Poverty Alleviation. Distinguished Senator, sir, you're welcome to our program.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure meeting you. I watched your program before. I didn't know that I would be part of it.
Distinguished Senator, it's nice having you on our program. When did this voyage start? As an engineer, a professional in engineering, why did you choose politics?
Thank you very much, sir. My political entry was more or less like an accident. Initially, when I left school, my aim was to drive professional excellence in engineering, the field of study which I accomplished in school. And being a civil engineer, I wanted to concern myself with infrastructure development in the field of civil engineering as much as I could, to do what needed to be done in this great country, which was lagging behind in many ways in the field of infrastructure development. So I went out there, established an office for consulting engineering, and I was in that field for some time before I was fished out to go into manufacturing, and I became the Deputy Managing Director of Benue Cement Manufacturing Company. And while I was there, I was again fished out by the Babangida administration, the military administration running the country at the time, to come and be a minister. And I was the Minister of Works and Housing. The opportunity I had then also led me to meeting quite a lot of Nigerians, and also getting around the country, because I toured the entire states of the Federation and inspected more than 25,000 kilometers of federal highways at a time. And this meant that I had a grasp of, the huge part of this nation in my purview. So it became natural that at the next opportunity I could be in governance, not only in governance but in politics that lead to governance. And that is how, on retirement, I got elected to the Constitutional Conference of 1994-95 to write a new constitution for Nigeria. And that is the entry, that is my entry into politics.
So what is the big difference between how politics was practiced in 1999 when you were the chairman of People's Democratic Party and what we see today? Would you say politicians are involved in politics to serve Nigeria or for personal gains?
The politics of 1999, as we saw it, leading to the emergence of People's Democratic Party, was in fact supposed to be an all-comers business. An all-comers business issue of political ideology was laid to rest, was put more or less to the background in order to bring politicians of all persuasions, be they conservative or be they communists or liberals or progressive, so to speak. They could coalesce into one big political organization in order to create a political party that was big, strong, and sound enough to take power on a permanent basis. You also wanted to know how that deviates from today. Of course, there has been a large number of entrants into politics since that time. And there has been a serious erosion of the faces that were there, replaced by new faces. And many people who come afterwards do not hold the same view of issues as those who were there from the beginning. And there's bound to be changes in the way things are done, changes in the approach to issues, and even changes in the initial goals and objectives that were set. I don't believe the goals and objectives today remain solidly the same as those ones that we had in 1998 when the People's Democratic Party was formed. Today, the larger number of people in government are there to be in government rather than being there to produce a political party that can keep the military out of government and foster and develop and nurse a democracy for this nation. Because we see the level of personal interest that is exhibited in the actions of certain people in government as a clear indication of service to themselves rather than service to the people.
Sir, you're also the chairman, Senate Committee on National Planning and Poverty Alleviation. The poverty rise in Nigeria is alarming. People are drifting into the poverty level every day. Now, what is your committee doing to ensure that poverty is checked, one, and two, to ensure that agencies that are responsible or charged with the responsibility of reducing poverty in Nigeria are properly watched, as in your oversight functions?
Well, let me say that exercising oversight functions over government institutions is one thing, and performing the duties in it is a different ballgame altogether. From the position of oversight, I can clearly say that the contradictions into handling of poverty situation in this country are enormous. We are certainly very deep in the problem of poverty in Nigeria, as you know. And it is not statistics that are important. It is how many smiles you see on the face of people, and how much food you see on the table, and how much money is available to them for basic needs of life, and how much services they receive in the education sector, in the health sector, and so on. These are the parameters with which you can judge poverty, and not the statistics of figures of how many people are living above certain amount of dollar or below a certain amount of dollars. Some of these things are deceptive. You can be living below $1, but if somebody did not measure your capacity of peace and farming and how much you are getting from your local backyard in the rural communities of the nation in feeding yourself, they may misjudge how much you are really putting on your own table. And in some instances, they can even overrate how much you are living on. So we are attempting to measure poverty through the National Bureau of Statistics. But that in itself is not well indicative enough to know where we are in terms of poverty. By the faces of Nigerians, you can say that we are deeply in poverty. We are certainly deeply in poverty. And today, in the indices in the economy show tremendous growth. They show that the economy is expanding very rapidly. They show all kinds of things, yes. Again, the translation of those indices into the stomachs of Nigerians and the faces of Nigerians, it's a different ballgame. I think we need to do a lot more in terms of eradication of poverty. The organization of federal government called NAPEP, which is National Poverty Eradication Program, itself is not well funded, is not well supported, is not well organized to deal with this. Well, there are limitations, really, what you can do now. First of all, the NAPEP is just a program of government based on the pronouncements of the presidency. It does not have a law, and therefore you do not have parameters with which you can judge them, and you do not have the powers under which any inaction can be sanctioned, because it's been set up to do what the government of the day wants them to do. So if you say, well, you didn't do enough this year, what is enough? First of all, no goals have been set, and therefore you cannot say when it is enough and when it's not enough.
Distinguished Senators, Nigeria's budgeting system is flawed in the sense that is what people say. I don't know that economists having the budgeting department, a Ministry of Finance, and having national planning on one hand. As a Senate Committee Chairman on National Planning and Poverty Alleviation, you agree with me also that national planning, economic development and growth is driven by proper budgeting. I know that there was a public hearing on this aspect, which is reviewing Nigeria's budgeting system. What is your take on this issue?
Well, this is a very important aspect indeed, and I'm very glad that you touched on it. You know that budget has been a bone of contention between the National Assembly and the Executive. Many instances is one of the subjects that always require dialogue, upon dialogue, after it has been done. One of the biggest problems, they always reserve the dialogue to take place after the budget has been done, and not before the budget has been done. And this is the biggest problem. When budget is being made, all stakeholders, the MDAs, the National Assembly, whose duty by the Constitution is appropriation, are brought into the picture, so that there are dialogues on issues all considered, done before the budget is done. But most of the time, budget office concludes the budget. Sometimes MDAs themselves come forward and say, look, we don't know what was put in the budget for us. Somebody put some things in the budget for us. And how can a ministry of government that you define its programs not know what is put in the budget for them? these are issues that we need to thrash out. And we have brought on board practically everybody concerned. The National Planning Commission, which should provide all the indices that are required for budget making. The medium-term expenditure framework, the fiscal strategy paper, which defines things, the GDP calculations, and all the statistics that are required. And indeed, they should be fully integrated in the process of budget making. The Minister of Finance, that is the custodian of the money that the Federation makes, the budget office itself that provides and makes out the budget lines and puts figures to it, the central bank that makes monetary policies and implements controls of the banking and so on, the Accountant General that actually keeps and pays out and keeps the records of expenditure of government, and many other bodies. Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, a commission that is in charge of monitoring revenue that is produced in all corporations and arms of government work, and etc., etc. We have also brought on board in this public hearing development partners that are not restricted to operations in Nigeria, so to speak. Those that have had the experience of looking at what obtains in other countries. DFID, the UK body that is everywhere in the world, World Bank that operates in almost every country in the world, the EU that covers all the nations in Europe, that has extension partnership with so many countries in the world, the IMF that, the International Monetary Fund is also a guru in terms of economic management and what happens with fiscal measures in the various countries. We brought them in to advise and also passed, economic advisors of government on how this process can be improved. And when that is done, the perennial nature of serial debates on budget, contention about parameters of budget and the process of allocation of funds and the actual appropriation bill will be a thing of the past. And it is our hope that this public hearing will be exhaustive enough to allow everybody space to contribute. And at the end of the day, the majority view will be recommended.
This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. We have on this platform today distinguished Senator Barnabas Gemade. You can contribute to this program through Twitters. You can Facebook us, like us on Facebook, and you can send us emails. And for advert and sponsorship, all the numbers showing on the screen, you can call us or you can send us email. And you can watch Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show on YouTube, all of that showing on the screen, or you can log on to www.televisionafrica.com. On this program today is distinguished Senator Barnabas Gemade. Let's take a short break. We'll be back.
Welcome to Nigeria, the land of the people. Visit Nigeria, see for yourself the wonders of life, rich and simple, valued and free. Welcome to Nigeria.
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 Nigeria is your home,
where life means so much.
You may live in the America.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Europe or Asia.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Far Eastern Africa.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home, the secret of Africa.
Welcome back to the show. It is the Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. On the seat today is distinguished Senator Barnabas Gemade. He is the Chairman Senate Committee on National Planning and Poverty Alleviation. So, distinguished Senator, sir, if you have an opportunity to promote or market or attract investors to Benue Northeast Senatorial Constituency, which area of the sectors would you want investors to come in your senatorial district?
I would definitely want government or someone to consider establishment of a university to employ large population of people and also give opportunity to teeming youth for education. The zone has today about 2.2 million people in it. And that's a large, it's bigger than some states of the Federation, as you know. I would want also investment in agriculture, for mechanized agriculture. We have the land, and we have the fertile land, we have the people, the manpower, and I would love that there was enough, funds available for agriculture to be invested in that locality. We do have certain mountainous and plain plateau areas which are very conducive for cattle ranching. One of such places is Cattle Ranch, which was proposed by a civilian administration long ago. If there is that investment in animal farming, that will go a long way in solving the perennial problem of cattle, Fulani, and peasant farmers fighting over grazing land in the area.
Distinguished Senator, sir, as we bring this program to an end, what makes the big difference of being a true Nigerian, not only a true Nigerian, and as a senator representing Benue Northeast Senatorial District?
Well, it's politics is all about representation, and especially parliamentary politics, where you go to parliament rather than getting elected in an executive position. If you are elected to represent a constituency, you have dual responsibility. One, to ensure that your constituency is well integrated in the affairs of your nation, both by linkages to what they can give to the nation in terms of cooperation with government, support in terms of any taxes that they will need to pay, and also to ensure that the backward integration of what goes to them in terms of the presence of government and the projects and dividends of democracy, the way they call it in Nigeria, are ensured. That is the first basic responsibility. And the second one is to represent your nation in the capacity of making laws that are good for the nation, ensuring that as an ambassador of your nation, wherever you go, you are taking into consideration what is good for Nigeria, what is good for your nation, and ensuring that you remain on the positive side of representation of your country wherever you happen to be. And that is the broad nature of the work of a legislator. And in this particular case, Benue Northeast provides a very, very challenging situation because as I speak now, that senatorial district has contributed tremendously to this nation. You know, at one time, Benue had the highest intake into the military forces of Nigeria because this was a time when the Nigerian soldiers were about 2 million and almost 500,000 of those troops were from Benue State alone. And if you came to Benue, out of that 500,000, more than 250,000 of them were from my senatorial district.
I'm Issa Sago, your host on this show. The show has already come to an end. If you miss this opportunity, you have to wait till next week for another interesting episode. Every Saturday, 2 p.m. on this station. My name is Issa Sago. You can watch this program www.televisionafrica.com. This is the Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. See you next week for another interesting episode. Until then, stay cool and love Nigeria. Your country, our country. Bye for now.
Welcome to Nigeria, the land of the people. Visit Nigeria, see for yourself the wonders of life, rich and simple, valued and free. Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.